Welcome to the Coyote Cast. My name is David, and I'm here with.
I'm Coach Fuller.
So, what are some things you like people to know about you?
I like people to know that I'm very passionate about my job here at Roswell High. I enjoy helping people and helping kids, and not just with their schoolwork, but with all kinds of different things.
So, what are some things you learned from coaching track?
Some things I've learned from coaching track is that sometimes you can't be focused on the big picture. You may not always be the fastest kid, but as long as you're showing growth every chance you get, and you continue to better yourself, eventually you're going to get to that goal that you have.
So it's all about like building.
Like you can't focus, like you can't control someone else and what they're doing. Like we can't control how fast someone else is, but we can only work on ourselves. Like we can get faster ourselves, and then maybe one day we can hit that goal of being faster than everyone else.
So, what are your favorite things about coaching?
I enjoy getting to know kids, and as a person, not just as a student inside of a classroom. A lot of people, not just kids, but other coaches and teachers outside of the classroom, they're a different person than who they are inside of the classroom. And so being able to get to know them and see them compete and see them push themselves, I enjoy that a lot.
So, what are your fondest memories
From track?
from anything?
From
coach?
anything coaching wise. Oh man, there's a lot. Last year we when we competed for the district championship, it was the closest we've ever been since I've been here, up in the big class with Hobbs and Clovis and Carlsbad. We ended up falling a little bit short. We got second. We only lost by like 4 or 5 points. So, and so that was a lot of fun. Seeing the boys being able to compete like that, and really recognize like the potential that they have in themselves.
Any memories in track?
All the trips are a lot of fun. The thing about track is like every track meet starts at 3:30. Most of the time we don't get done till like 10:30, and so you're getting to hang out for 7 hours with the other coaches and all the different athletes, and we joke around a lot. There's a lot of laughing, a lot of frustration. We have to deal with kids, a lot of crying when they're upset. You can really get a full range of emotions in a track meet. But pretty much every trip, and then going to state, of course, that's a lot of fun. You're up there for a whole weekend, and for a lot of those kids, that's some of the only times that they ever get to go out of town, and so I get to see them like enjoy the mall or enjoy going out somewhere nice to eat, something like that. That's a lot of fun.
Sounds like fun. What's a random fact many people don't know about you?
A random fact that I actually never participated in track in high school.
Never? Really?
Never.
And you coach it?
I coached it. I started here. I like to tell everyone that you should be learning your entire life. You should push yourself. Every day you should learn something new. So I started here. I had some great mentors to help kind of teach me different things about track and running and the science behind it. And now, I'm a head coach of it. And then I enjoy it a lot.
So, how was like your first year teaching track?
My very first year, it was a lot of learning. I was kind of lost because like I had never done it, and so being able to just kind of experience track and what was going on, it was a lot to take in. It was a lot of learning. This will be my 9th year doing it. So in 9 years, I would like to think that I've learned a lot, but there's always room to keep learning in anything.
So you pick up a lot of things in like 9 years. What's like the most useful thing you learned?
I think understanding how the body works, the science of your muscles and body, about how it affects your running ability, and that sometimes people get confused with like, oh, I don't want to be too strong because it's going to slow me down, when really like it's the strength of your muscles that drive you to run. And so like understanding the science behind the body and how it works it's very interesting to me.
It's very interesting. So you use that out in the field?
100%. We explain everything we do to all the track athletes. We explain what we're going to do, we explain why we do it, and then we show them like different examples and videos and things like that of the effect it's having on their body.
So, do you have a favorite music artist?
Currently, Zach Top is his name. He sings all country music, so a lot of people may not know him. But I also like Drake. I also listen to a lot of Drake still.
What's your favorite song by Drake?
Probably Teenage Fever.
Teenage Fever. I never heard of that one.
It's gotta be. It's an older one.
So, do you have any favorite spots here in Roswell?
My mom owns a bakery called Sweet Baby J's.
Oh, I know where that is.
Yeah, so I hang out there a lot. I help her out, so I enjoy that. Other than that, like most of my free time ends up being stuff with Roswell High. I enjoy going and supporting all the different events. Right now, I'm in the middle of coaching basketball, and then as soon as basketball's over, I'm rolling straight into track season. So most of the spring, I'll spend most of my time doing something Roswell High related.
What's your favorite basketball team, like in the NBA?
The Suns.
Suns.
Yeah.
What
Suns.
state do they play for?
They're in Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
What's one thing you'd change about the school?
One thing I would change about the school. I think what we have going on in school is working. I think we're making progress with the different career pathways and all of that. I think if I could change one thing about the school, I would build a brand new school. That's more geared towards pathways. Like for instance, for this, like we could add in like a room that's a whole studio, like with a recording room and soundproof to improve this stuff. Redo this stuff in the kitchen, give them a new auto shop. Things where we can actually continue to advance the pathways to get kids, like, not necessarily that they have to go to college, but get them out of high school with a certificate in welding or a certificate in nursing, CPR stuff, things like that. If we had better facilities, I think we could interest more kids in that field than just, having to do things in the classroom.
So just more opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also like more appealing because we have the opportunity now. But if we had a brand new facility or a brand new school, like all of a sudden now someone that's doing auto, instead of going to an older auto shop, you go into a brand new state-of-the-art one where you have different TVs to monitor car work, whatever. You can log stuff on computers, things like that. I feel like maybe a kid that was interested in auto at first, that's like, well, I don't really know. Now they see something really nice and new, it kind of drives them to that. It's the same effect as like having a new phone. Like you don't really need the new phone, but like it's cool, so you want it, type thing. Like we already have kids that are in different pathways, but like if we had something really cool and nice, then they want it. Like they want to go to that.
What's one music genre you hate?
I really don't at all. I listen to. I know it's kind of cliche. People say it all the time. I listen to literally any kind of music. I don't like. It is what it is.
No discrimination.
No discrimination. I listen to country. I listen to some rap, R&B, Spanish music, rock, some of the oldies. I'm kind of open to anything.
What made you become a teacher?
I actually didn't want to become a teacher. It's kind of a funny story. My high school math teacher, that was a few years ago now, but he told me one day I was going to be a good teacher, and I would always tell him, I said, "You're crazy. Like I am not teaching. There's no way I could do this." So I went to college to be a financial advisor. I got my degree in personal finance and business, and then I came back here and I couldn't find a job anywhere, and so I had an opportunity to kind of sub here at Roswell High for a year as a math teacher, and then I tried it out and I liked it a lot. And so I didn't plan to be a teacher at all. I just needed money. I needed a job, so I tried it out for a year, and then here we are. This is my 9th year here.
I can tell you enjoy your craft here.
I do. I really. It's a lot of fun. It is truly. I think that's super important in life. Like, if I could give you guys advice, like, keep looking for things until you find something that you love to do. Because it makes life is so much easier. I have such an easier life than a lot of people. Because I know every morning when I wake up that I'm going to go to work and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to have a good day. And some people, they wake up and they hate their job. And I can't imagine working every day from 8 to 5 at a job that I absolutely hated every single day. And so finding something that you're passionate about or that you like to do is important. And it may not even happen the way you think. I would have never thought I'd be a teacher. I didn't even go to school for it. But, life happens. Things happen the way they are. I believe everything happens for a reason, and, here we are.
Is teaching hard?
Some days more than others. I don't want to say teaching one subject is harder than another. I feel like every subject has its ups and downs. Math is definitely challenging because a lot of kids are not very motivated to learn math, and I get it. It's hard, especially when you're at the higher levels, the juniors that are taking Algebra 2 and the seniors that are in pre-calculus, things like that. A lot of that stuff, it's hard to teach parts of Algebra 2 knowing that you're never going to use it in your life. But trying to find ways to get kids motivated to do the work and to learn it, it's tough because they know they're never going to use it. And so that's what makes teaching tough is trying to find ways to get kids motivated to learn, even though you're probably never going to use this ever. But there's some days where it's easy because it's a topic that's very relatable. And so you can turn it to real life and show them examples of how they're going to use it.
So most people told me that you're very into shoes. Is that true?
I do. I have a lot of shoes.
What kind of shoes?
All kinds. I don't know if I should admit this. Last time I checked, I think I have 32 different pairs of shoes. But I'm very weird. I don't wear them because I don't don't want to mess them up.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I have a lot of shoes, and a lot of them just sit. I have little mounts on my wall.
Oh yeah.
And so I have a room where I hang out at home. It has a TV, has some games in there, some consoles, has a PC, and the back wall is where I show off all the different shoes. I should probably wear some of them more because I paid for them, but I don't. And so I'm always looking to add to the collection, probably more than I should, but it is what it is.
What's your top 5 shoes, your favorites?
So they're probably all different pairs of Jordans. I have a couple different versions of the Jordan 1s. I have some Breads that are Jordan 11s. And then I have a pair of Yeezys. Those ones I have never worn.
Never?
And I should, but I don't. So probably those. I have a couple Jordan 1s, a couple Jordan 11s, and then the pair of Yeezys. Those are probably my top 5.
Do you know the colorways for the Jordans?
One of them is the Carolina Blues. And then one of them is a pair of the Travis Scotts. They're the Jordan 1 lows. And they're Travis Scotts.
What color are they?
I can't really describe it. It's a lot of different colors. Most people look at me like those are hideous. They're ugly.
Should wear it.
I might one day. I might bring them out.
So are you into fashion too?
I try to be, but I always end up wearing the same things all the time. It's just more of a comfort thing.
Fair. Is there anything else you collect besides shoes?
Cards. I have some baseball cards. I also have a lot of Pokemon cards from when I was a kid, and then I'll still buy some every now and then. But just random cards, mostly baseball. just over the years. But yeah, those are probably the only two things I collect: shoes and cards.
So since you mentioned you have like tons of consoles and a PC, right?
Mm-hmm. I do.
What games do you play?
I enjoy. So recently, I've been playing a lot of Apex. I've played Apex for a lot of different years, for a long time. That's probably the game I played the most.
Is it your favorite game?
Yeah, probably.
Are you good at Apex?
I mean, that's kind of like opinion based.
Opinion based?
I would say I'm like probably like middle tier.
You think it went downhill?
It has. It has. At my peak, when I was playing a lot during, I guess it was during COVID. Towards the end of COVID, me and a couple of my buddies, we all got top 500.
Top 500?
Yeah. But I mean, since like I don't have as much time now, COVID's passed. I try to pretend to be an adult sometimes, so I have other things to take care of. But I definitely still enjoy playing games. I think it's a good escape from reality. I know a lot of people like bash on it, like, oh, you just play games all the time. But like, to each their own. Like, some people want to spend their free time doing whatever. It's just a way to spend your free time. I feel like for some people it's a good release. It's a good escape. A good stress reliever. Things like that.
I like more story-driven games, like Silent Hill or Resident Evil.
Okay, I have a nephew who's 8, and me and him play a lot of Minecraft together. He loves Minecraft, and so I never really played it until he got me playing it. But I enjoy it a lot. It's actually a lot of fun. You get to like show that you're creative and like the freedom that you get to just kind of show your thought process and like creativity when you're doing the different like houses and things like that you can build. I enjoy that. Playing with him.
Is there any hobbies you'd like to get into?
I play a lot of golf in the summers.
Here?
Yeah, just around. And then on any trip I take in the summer, I'll also find a golf course. So I play a lot of golf.
Is golf hard? That's like kind of what I heard. It's kind of hard to get into.
Yeah, it is. The thing about golf is that it's kind of like an expensive hobby to get into. To get started, you have to invest some money because like buying golf clubs and stuff like that, it's not very cheap.
And to get on like the course.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're not like if you can pay for like a pass where you can get on as much as you want every year, but like if you're not committed to that and you're going just when you want here and there, like sometimes it can add up. It can add up and get expensive. I like golf because it's like it's a hobby I can keep doing forever. Like I play with some guys that are like 75 years old and still playing golf. And so that's what I like about it is it's something I can keep doing even as I get old. It's just something that I can keep doing.
How long have you been playing golf?
Since I was 6. I've been playing it a long time.
Would you like to teach golf
here? You know, when I first started here, it was open. They had an open position for the head golf coach, and I applied for it. But they told me I was too young to be a head coach. So when I started here, I was only 21.
Is that when you applied for it?
Yeah. And so, I mean, like, I guess looking back, I can kind of see that. But they told me I was too young, but then they hired me to do track like a week later. But I wasn't a head coach. I was only assistant. So, like, I guess I get it. But, I mean, I would always keep that option open. If that opportunity ever came up, I wouldn't be opposed to doing golf.
So you would jump on it?
Yeah, I mean, I would think about it. I'd kind of see where I'm at with track and my other sports and see how I felt about it at that time.
What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear? Are we talking about like something that scares me? Like an object or an item?
Yeah.
Frogs.
Frogs.
Yeah, frogs to me are the scariest thing in the entire world.
They're cute.
They're not.
They are.
No, the sound they make, have you heard the sound of a bullfrog?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing cute about that at all. Nothing. When I was in college, my roommates like put some frogs in a clear container and they like hid it under my blanket. So when I got home, I rubbed my blanket off to go to bed, and there are a bunch of frogs.
Any other fears?
I guess we're not talking about like an object. If we're talking about like fear of something, I think I have a fear of when I get older, like having a regret of not trying something or not doing something, like having an opportunity to not do something.
Yeah, I can understand that.
When I first started here, they tried to get me to coach basketball, and I was afraid because like I didn't want to be blamed, because you know how like parents blame the coaches and fans blame the coaches. I was afraid of that, so I ran from it. And so now that I'm doing basketball, I regret that. But I'm glad I ended up going to it. Does that make sense? So like my fear is I don't want to like turn something down because of fear, and then way down the road later in life regret that I never tried it. So I think that's like like fear not based off an object. That's probably what it is, like having a regret at the end of my life.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking for doing the podcast too. I was kind of fearful, you know, and I'm doing it because I just didn't want to regret it.
Yeah,
I think it's something cool to do.
I think you should try it. Like anything that you think is cool, try it. Like I'm not gonna tell anyone not to try something. Like if you want to like make videos and put on YouTube, I'm not gonna be the one to tell you like you're wasting your time. Because one, you never know what could happen or what comes of it or who you meet, whatever. And two, like, who am I to tell someone like, oh, that's a stupid idea or that's not going to go anywhere? Like, if you're passionate about something, you should try it. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But then you know, like, you're not, like, you don't have that regret in the future. You can say, you know what, I liked it, I tried it, things didn't work out. And the other thing is, like, you can't let someone else define what success is versus what is unsuccessful. So, like, let's say, for instance, like you wanted to turn your podcast into a YouTube video. Well, you only get 100 views, right? Someone's going to be like, that's only 100 views. But to you, like, that should be something you're proud of because that's your work. That's something that you have done. And so I think sometimes we get caught up, like, letting people tell us what is deemed successful and what is deemed not successful. I just had this conversation in advisory with the kid today. He told me that, he said, man, like, I watched those freshman basketball kids play the other night. They're terrible. And so I told him, I said, who are you to judge what's good and what's not? And so I had to explain to him, like, what you don't know is the first time we played that team, we lost by 30. And then this week when we played that team, we only lost by 8. And so from the outside looking in, he saw one game where we lost, and he's like, oh, that's a failure. Like, they're terrible. But you can't let someone define that because to me it was not. That's, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in society, like, we let people tell us what's good and what's not, and we just go with it. Instead of being a rebel and doing your own thing that you want to do, and then, like, finding little victories in everything that you do.
So going back to, like, that video thing you're saying, even if 10 people watch your video, that's 10 more people watching.
That's it.
If you keep uploading and one person keeps watching, that's another person.
That's it. And if it's something that you enjoy doing, like, enjoy it. Like, do it.
What's one thing you like to do?
Anything outside. Like, I enjoy being outside. So, like, I play a lot of golf. I like to go fishing. I like for going for walks around the neighborhood. Like, anything that's outside. I mean, track, we're outside pretty much all the time. So, like, I enjoy being outside a lot.
What's the biggest fish you got?
I have no idea.
Right.
I've got a lot of fish over the years.
I like going fishing, but I never catch anything.
No?
You always release it? Or have you
Yeah. 95% of the fishing I do is just, like, all catch and release.
Sport.
Yeah. I don't have much interest in, like, the cooking and cleaning and doing all that. Like, I just enjoy being out there. I enjoy the peacefulness. Even if, like you said, like, even if I go out there for 3 hours and don't catch anything, like, you just get to sit there, quiet, watch a sunset, enjoy your thoughts, like, think about life, you know.
Where do you go fishing at?
Most of the time I go to Lake Van down in Dexter.
I think I've only fished there like once, but most of the times I go, I don't even know, I forget, but it's just this river.
Okay.
Right here.
Yeah, just out on the river. Yeah, most time I go to Lake Van. Just pop out a chair, sit down and relax.
Do you know any instruments?
Yes, that's probably a well kept secret of mine. Is I actually can play 3 instruments. I can play drums, I play guitar, and I play piano.
Yeah, I've been trying to learn to play guitar because I've just been using my dad's electric guitar.
Okay. Yeah, so that's probably, when you asked earlier what's something that people don't know about me, that's probably one of the most
Acoustic.
secret
Acoustic
things.
or
Yeah,
electric?
yeah. Just acoustic. I would like to learn an electric one day and get all like the different pedals where you can like
all there.
change the sounds and things like that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. But I'll have to find time for
I heard
that.
the acoustic's the harder one because it has like the thicker metal.
Yeah, and there's like all the different songs you have to like strum and like like all the different patterns. But yeah, like once you kind of get the hang of it, it's not bad. And actually, all 3 of those are self-taught.
Self-taught.
Yeah, so I didn't take any lessons. I learned to play piano by watching YouTube, and then I used what I learned from piano about like music theory, about different chords and whatever, and then I took that over to guitar. And then kind of watch some more YouTube stuff and just kind of
That's what
like
I
messed around with it. Yeah.
What about drums? Were drums real hard? Because I didn't want it to learn.
Drums are a little bit hard at first. To me, the hardest part when I was learning